Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrutyam Naran Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudhiraye Nashtaprayesha Badreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistaki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 10 and Text 8. This verse I will read it by myself. Padmakosham tadhavishya Bhagavat karma choditaha ekam vyabhangshid urudha tridha bhavyam trisaptadha. Translation. Thus engaged in the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Brahma entered into the bowl of the lotus, and as it spread all over the universe, he divided it into 3 divisions of worlds and later into 14 divisions. Text 9. Etavan jiva lokasya Etavan jiva lokasya samstha bedaha samahrutaha samstha bedaha samahrutaha dharmasya hi animittasya vipakaha paramesti asau vipakaha paramestyasau etavan jiva lokasya samstha beda samahrutaha dharmasya hi animittasya vipakaha paramestyasau. Etavan, up to this, jiva lokasya, of the planets inhabited by the living entities, samstha bedaha, different situations of habitation, samahrutaha, performed completely, dharmasya, of religion, he, certainly, animittasya, of causelessness, vipakaha, mature stage, paramesti, the highest personality in the universe, asau, that. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swamy Prabhupada. Translation. Lord Brahma is the most exalted personality in the universe because of his causeless devotional service unto the Lord in mature transcendental knowledge. He therefore created all the 14 planetary divisions for inhabitation by the different types of living entities. Please repeat. Lord Brahma is the most exalted personality in the universe because of his causeless devotional service unto the Lord in mature transcendental knowledge. He therefore created all the 14 planetary divisions for inhabitation by the different types of living entities. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The Supreme Lord is the reservoir of all the qualities of the living entities. The conditioned souls in the material world reflect only part of those qualities, and therefore they are sometimes called pratibhimbas. These pratibhimba living entities, as parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord, have inherited different proportions of his original qualities, and in terms of their inheritance of these qualities, they appear as different species of life and are accommodated in different planets according to the plan of Brahma. Brahma is the creator of the three worlds called the Bhur Lokas, the upper planets, namely the lower planets called the Patala Lokas, the middle planets called the Bhur Lokas, and the upper planets called Swarlokas. Still higher planets such as Maharloka, Tapoloka, Satyaloka and Brahmaloka do not dissolve in the devastating water. This is because of the causeless devotional service rendered unto the Lord by their inhabitants, whose existence continues up to the end of Dviparadha time, when they are generally liberated from the chain of birth and death in the material world. Dasanasta Bhaktivedanta Parpoto Madhyanatimirand Dasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Adadara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So the chapter is titled Divisions of the Creation, and we can see here Brahma is dividing the creation into three divisions, and then later into 14 divisions. Tridha Bhavyam Disaptadha, 14 divisions. So within the universe there are 14 divisions of habitation. In this universe, from the beginning of the creation, one can see that the living entities are not equal. It's not that everybody is treated equally. Based on the qualities that they have gained because of their past life, they are placed into one of these 14 planetary divisions. And in this, majorly, there are three divisions are there: upper planets, middle and lower planets. Where we are seated today is considered the middle planets, and there are upper planets are there. Then there are lower planets are there. What is this upper and lower? On what basis Brahma divides the living entities and places them accordingly? The basis is mentioned here. It is on the basis of the qualities of the Supreme Lord and how much these living entities are reflecting those qualities. Basically, depending on their karma they get an appropriate body which will exhibit certain qualities. So you can see from the beginning of the creation, there is a distinction. Everybody is not pulled into one place. Everybody is not piled up into one place, one area. Within the area that is available to Brahma, he has segregated people on the basis of these qualities. Udvam gacchanti sattvastha. People who exhibit sattvic qualities, they will be placed in the upper planets. They are very sattvic. They are interested in tapas. They are interested in yajnas and all the self-realization. And then middle planets, they are affected by the lower gunas, passion, and the lower planets means tamoguna. So these are the very realms are made up of these gunas like this, and the inhabitants are placed accordingly. This way you can see Lord's kindness and Lord Brahma's plan, that they have appropriately segregated these living entities so that they can combinedly practice or perform certain activities. So whether it is universe, universal family, or an individual family, this compatibility is important. If members have to coexist together in one place, there has to be some compatibility. So here that's why Brahma is appropriately segregating into 14 divisions and placing the living entities accordingly. So Prabhupada is explaining here, Supreme Lord is the reservoir of all the qualities of the living. What does this quality means? Let us say, we say somebody is beautiful. That's a quality of that person. Someone is beautiful. So like that, Krishna has, the Goswamis have analyzed Nana Shastra Vicharanaika. They have analyzed all the scriptures and they have identified that Krishna is having 64 qualities in full, and then there is no other personality who can exhibit such qualities. Very objective analysis of who is the Supreme Being. And what is the basis? The basis is the qualities. The qualities that Krishna can exhibit, you will not be able to find in even the other forms of Krishna, other forms of Vishnu. So, they have arrived at 64 qualities. For our purification, we can see what those qualities are. It is mentioned in Nectar of Devotion. So these are all transcendental qualities. Krishna's qualities are transcendental. Transcendental means they are non-different from him. Non-different from him. And not only that, these qualities are Satchidananda. They are blissful. If somebody analyzes these qualities, he will become blissful. So these are the nature of Krishna's quality. Krishna's name, Krishna's pastime, Krishna's qualities, they are all one. They are all one with Krishna. So the moment you remember Krishna's qualities, that means you are remembering Krishna. So these are the transcendental qualities. Here, for example, Krishna's one of the qualities is he has got a beautiful, he is very beautiful. Beautiful features of the body. Now that quality gets reflected in this world also. Living entities exhibit that quality. But then Krishna's quality is very deep, unlimited, each quality. But whereas a living entity can exhibit in a tiny proportion, minute proportion, and that too, only a pure devotee will be able to minutely show, Conditioned souls, they will show only a reflection of that beauty. Like many times we see these pictures of heroines. Once upon a time they ruled the screen. For example, our generation, whoever is there, she came for one Vyasa Puja ceremony. Those days she ruled the screen, by her young charms and this and that. Now she came, she cannot even keep the head steady. Poor lady, I think some disease, continuously she is shaking like this. And then, she cannot, hardly she could, we told her to speak. It was so difficult for her to speak and all that. So what happened to that beauty? So in this world, the problem with these qualities is that they're all temporary. Only just reflection. Thoda chalak chalak chalak, not there. Krishna's quality is not like that. Is eternally beautiful. So, like that, Krishna has 64. So let us read. Beautiful features of the entire body. 2. Marked with all auspicious characteristics. His body has a lot of auspicious marks. And then extremely pleasing to see. 4. Effulgent. 5. Strong. Shri Radha Govinda ki. So you can directly see. 6. Ever youthful. 7. A wonderful linguist. He can speak many languages. Linguist means. In fact, Krishna can speak in every society's language, including birds and animals. 8. Truthful. 9. Talks pleasingly. 10. Can speak fluently in all languages. Not only that he knows the language, he can speak fluently. 11. Highly learned. 12. Highly intelligent. 13. A genius. 14. Artistic. 15. Extremely clever. We see all these qualities in this world also, but very minutely this thing. He may be genius in his nice days, but if you get some Parkinson or dementia or something, what happened to your genius brain? Gone. Extreme. Then 16, expert. 17, grateful. 18, firmly determined. 19, an expert judge of time and circumstances. 20, sees and speaks on the authority of Vedas and scriptures. Very nice quality for devotees to see. And then 21, pure. 22, self-control. This pure is been glorified by Arjuna. He says, Pavitram, Paramam, Uttamam. Pavitram means pure. Then self-control. 23rd, steadfast. 24, forbearing. 25th, forgiving. Then grave, self-satisfied, possesses equilibrium, magnanimous. His most magnanimous feature is Lord Chaitanya. Then religious, heroic, compassionate, respectful, gentle, liberal, shy, the protector of surrendered souls, happy, well-wisher of devotees, and is controlled by love, all auspicious, most powerful. You can see opulences are included here. Beautiful, powerful, all those opulences are part of this. All worshipable, most powerful, all famous. Krishna is very famous. Popular, it's not that once upon a time he was famous, okay. Now, currently not, popular. Partial to devotees, openly, it's a quality. Partial to devotees. Very attractive to all women. This is one more quality. Young ladies are attracted, elderly ladies are attracted to Krishna in a motherly affection. All. In fact, all living entities are women only. 47. All worshipable. 48. All opulent. All honorable. The Supreme Controller. Now, the Supreme Personality of Godhead has all these 50 transcendental qualities in fullness, as deep as the ocean. When you say He is merciful, we'll say Karuna Sindhu. That means Sindhu means ocean. See, as deep as ocean, not top. He is merciful today and then tomorrow He becomes something else. In other words, the extent of His qualities is inconceivable, very vast. So these 50 are possible in the living entities also, but in a minute quantity. And that minute quantity also fully manifest if he is a pure devotee. Otherwise they show only little. Then over and above there are 14 qualities are there, 4 are exclusively for Krishna, and 10 are there even in Narayana and many other forms. So this is the wonderful analysis the Goswamis have given to objectively prove that how Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. And as we are hearing these qualities, naturally each devotee will get attracted to one quality or many, few. According to their own inclinations, they'll get attracted to certain qualities. Now, beauty of these qualities is that if you start meditating on these qualities, they'll flow into you. Let us say you want to develop, you want to become an expert. Now see Krishna how expertly he has done everything. You see Krishna's expertise. You read his pastimes to see how expert he is. Very difficult situations, but very expertly he manages. And very expertly he talks. Fluently he talks on the basis of Shastra. So this is, although he is the one who gave the Shastra, and then whatever he talks is Shastra. So there is no difference. This is a great opportunity for devotees. What is this opportunity? Go on analyzing and understanding Krishna's qualities. In each and every shloka you can identify so many qualities of Krishna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did like that one verse. Atma Ramascha Munayo. And then he takes that verse and analyzes to prove so many qualities of Krishna. That sloka has some 11 main points are there, and then he elaborates and analyzes and understands unlimited qualities of God. So every pastime, every shloka will indicate some of these qualities of Krishna. So a devotee, he reads all these things and simultaneously he takes pleasure in identifying and understanding these qualities of Krishna. There is one shloka which says, it is from Bhagavatam. It says, O Supreme Great One, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, O Super Soul, Master of all mystic power, your pastimes are taking place continuously in these worlds. But who can estimate where, how and when you are employing your spiritual energy and performing your pastimes? No one can understand the mystery of these activities. So here it is mentioned, Yogeshwaro iti bhavatas trilokyam. So Krishna, he created these 3 worlds through Brahma. We can see, in fact in the previous verses you have seen, when he introduces Brahma into the lotus already has seeds. Like we see in our lotus also some seeds are there. They make makhana out of those lotus seeds. So there are seeds are already placed. What Brahma is doing is allocating. Okay, these planets are for higher, this is middle, this is lower. Also, because they are seeds, like in a tree, there are seeds are there, you have to pour little water. That's all, everything else is taken care. There is some work that Krishna has given to you, left for you. That's the devotional service that Brahma is doing. So this is how one should work in this world. One should depend on Krishna's arrangements, Krishna's plan, Krishna's direction, and then take it forward. So then everything becomes easy. And if something becomes easy and successful, one should know that a lot of background arrangements are done by Guru and Krishna. Look at the background arrangement that Krishna is doing here. The whole universe is created by him, and look at what and all happening. This makes the jiva humble. Oh, there are so many arrangements Lord has made. Finally, he has given some chance for me to do something. This is his mercy. So here what you are hearing here in these slokas, it shows the mercy of the Lord. That how so closely is involved in creating the universe and also in its divisions. Here Brahma Trilokyam means these three worlds. Prabhupada is mentioning these three worlds are here, and in these three worlds Krishna is continuously performing his pastimes, and is performing his pastimes by employing his spiritual energy. He is not taking the help of the energy that exists here. We have seen that. Even if the creation is not there, Lord is happily lying on Ananta Shesha, and devastating waters are all there around him. He is lying on the Ananta Shesha, all the abharanas are there, vibhushana, everything is there. What are they made up of? They are not made up of material energy. Material energy is not yet active. Everything is devastated. But still you will see a variegated, beautiful personality. That is Vishnu, that is Krishna. So that means his variegatedness is not material. It is completely spiritual. Just by meditating on those variegatedness on the body of Krishna, will become Krishna conscious. Anything that is connected to Krishna is worthy of worship and meditation, and then immediately will also become Krishna conscious, purified. So that shloka is saying that who can understand the way you are performing his pastimes? Actually, it is not possible to understand Krishna. Sometimes even Krishna cannot understand his own, energies and surprising. But then no one can understand that. So we are not reading all these things to understand Krishna fully. One should not think, now I can keep Krishna's understanding under my grip. Then if we cannot understand, why we should read Prabhu? Why we should do all these things. Prabhupada says we should try to understand. Whatever is given to us, we try to understand, because that understanding is pleasure. If you get some clarity, pleasure, you become very happy. Yeah, something is very nice. Something is striking you. So that is pleasure. Once you feel little pleasure, you want to share that point with some 10 people. Especially in that particular interactions or class or whatever, you try to tell that word. This is the nature. As soon as you hear nicely, you want to do kirtana. Shravanam kirtana. Kirtana comes automatic, provided you hear nicely. So similarly, a devotee, when he reads something nicely, and then happily he will narrate. Let us say you read some pastime in Bhagavatam, you understood nicely, immediately, opportunity comes or whatever, immediately you will talk. Here we can see, Although understanding of Krishna is not. For example, this very creation in its entire details, not easy to understand. You cannot see how Krishna's expertise is spread all over the universe in all its minute details. So that expertise, if you want to analyze and understand, very nice. One should try. And as and when he understands a little bit here and there, Krishna's expertise in some area, here, there and all that, he becomes very enlightened. Feels very happy. And then he tells to somebody else, Bodhayantam Parasparaha. This is the community of Vaishnavas, means always talking about Krishna, Krishna's qualities, and what he has discovered, what he has identified. Devotees are like, they're excited. Like outside world, some scientists, they discover some little things here, material qualities they discover. And then they have seminars, symposiums, workshops to share all this, their scientific discoveries. They're already there. Scientists are just discovering. They're already there. So devotees, they're not interested in these technicalities. They're interested to see Krishna's qualities. How Krishna is done this, how Krishna has done that. They are not interested in identifying something, try to understand something to exploit. How I can use all this matter in my service. This is not this is what outside scientists they do. But a devotee, he also may try to understand what is the law and this and that, but then he sees the hand of Krishna. So, like that, here we can see, as far as possible, we should read, study, try to understand Krishna, and that clarity and that some new point that he has discovered, that will give transcendental pleasure. So, if the devotees are absorbed like that in understanding various Krishna's qualities and also seeing how they are reflected in this world, a devotee becomes more and more happy as he reads and as he sees in his day-to-day life. So here we can see Prabhupada is mentioning about the 3 planetary systems, 14 divisions, and then how Brahma decides where to place. తెలుగులో చెప్పాలంటే తండ్రి లక్షణాలు పిల్లలకు వస్తాయి. అది we share qualities of God. The Supreme Almighty has all the qualities, లక్షణాలు we inherit కొద్దిగా తండ్రి లక్షణాలు మనకు. Otherwise, what is the basis for all this? Why people are called beautiful or ugly? Why somebody is called strong, somebody is weak? Where are these concepts coming from? They're all coming from the original source, that is Krishna. That's why everything comes from God, everything comes from Krishna, a living person. Any questions? Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
హరే టెంపుల్ వారి మరో అపురూప కానుక హరే కృష్ణ వాణి ఆధ్యాత్మిక మాసపత్రిక. ఇప్పుడు మొబైల్ యాప్ ద్వారా కూడా సులభంగా పత్రికలు చదువుకునే సౌకర్యం, వార్షిక సభ్యత్వం, భగవద్గీత, భాగవత ప్రవచనాలు, స్ఫూర్తి సందేశాలు, ఇంకా మరెన్నో సదుపాయాలతో హరే కృష్ణ వాణి మొబైల్ యాప్ నేడే డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకోండి. మరిన్ని వివరాల కోసం కాల్ చేయండి 9133107700. హరే కృష్ణ గోల్డెన్ టెంపుల్ వారి మరో అపురూప కానుక హరే కృష్ణ వాణి ఆధ్యాత్మిక